I'm Nick Hamman. Behind me is Uzmas in Actonville, Benoni, a place that has been going strong for over 40 years. The man behind its name is Rauf, and he's experienced everything from passion to strife to hardship to resilience in his lifetime. How is it that he's still going despite all of this? The power of community and delicious food. Let's go in, taste it, and meet the man himself. This place is iconic. Let's go. Rauf, my friend, how are you?
Well, thanks.
Good to see you. Very good, man. I believe I've made a bit of a mess for you on social media.
Yes, you have. You made me work so hard.
Okay.
It's crazy.
We're going to do it all over again.
Why not?
Good man.
Thank you. It was in 1984. I lost my job. And then a friend of mine told me, you know what, start something on your own. So it was just my wife and I. We started the business, but initially, like I told you, that we didn't start off as a takeaway. It was just a cafe, and because of finances, I had to live alone in a shop, and I worked for one of the bakeries here, which no more exists, because Nofia's Bakery. I used to do the deliveries. In '84, like I said, when my daughter was born, my second daughter, Uzma, was born. And about 6 months after that, we took this business over. So then we thought, what name would you give the business? So we said, you know what, Uzma was born that year, so we'd name it Uzmas. We didn't know anything about the food game. So our first few trials with the fish and chips was a flop. So a friend of ours, we had a takeaway in Johannesburg, told us, you know what, just forget everything, you come and spend a week with us, and we'll give you an idea of what's happening. So as the years went on, people started coming slowly to our shop and tasting our food. And at that time, we weren't making any sandwiches. So because slowly we started getting a lot of Indians coming to our shop, they asked us to start with sandwiches, basic burgers, toasted steak, toasted cheese, chip rolls. And we started taking off with those sandwiches.
You must have been terrified at the beginning to have just had a daughter and lost your job and now know that you invested in this shop, it has to work. Do you think that you named it after her to remind yourself that you have no option but to be successful?
Exactly. There's no turning back. You know, initially we were borrowing from A to give B and taking from B to give C.
What do you think got you through all that?
We really went through it the hard way. And there was a thought in my mind that, you know, something is going to spark here. This is a gold mine. But when it's going to happen, only God knows. And when we started turning, it really went wild. That's the Uzmas special, yeah.
And that is, it's the bologna and the chips.
Bologna chips. You had grated cheese on the top.
Okay.
With curried steak on the top. And salads.
And do you think that it's possible that you guys, would it be fair to say, might have been one of the first people to do a parcel?
This year, no one has done it before. We are the first people to do this.
So you could make an argument that you invented the parcel.
We invented this parcel here.
Yeah?
Nobody introduced this type of food before.
Yeah? Because I mean, everywhere you go now, any fish and chip shop,
now you go everywhere,
particularly Indian and Muslim fish and chip shops, they make some version of this.
Yes.
And you're saying that this might be the birthplace of it? Possibly.
I think so.
So I can imagine Saturday nights, 30 years ago, whole big crowd of people standing here, talking nonsense, exchanging gossip. This was
exactly
the place to be here. But it still kind of is. I mean, it's like 11 in the morning now.
Yeah.
And we've been here for about 2 hours, and the place has never been empty.
No, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Okay. I need to get some steak and make sure. So this is what people want to see, huh? He's going to shove it in. Yo.
The creme steak roll, that's the one my son has introduced. But we have a lot of steaks in the sandwich.
You marinate that steak?
Marinated already, yeah.
I can smell a bit of spice on that marinade.
It is a bit of spicy,
some masala on there.
Yes.
Ah, that looks amazing. Hey, so you always sort of cube the steak that you cook?
Yeah, we cook cube it and we'll just grill it over the grill.
Okay, because it doesn't need long, right?
No.
And that helps maybe keep it soft as well. This is the crammed steak roll. So aptly named because you've shoved as much as humanly possible between 2 slices of toasted bread. Oh man,
Different taste.
completely different. This reminds me of like old fish and chip shops.
It has,
Make sense?
it is old.
In the day. Yeah?
It is old.
It is old, yeah. But it's also got, there's a bit of kick on this
Kick
one,
on
yeah?
it,
A bit of
yes,
spice
yes.
on it.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm not going to make it out of here.
The Zef special is a friend of mine introduced it. The Zef special is got steaks, salad, cheese, and chips.
So how did Zach come to have a food named
He
after?
just made it himself.
Yeah?
He said, I want this to be made for me.
Okay.
So I said, why don't you introduce it, So I said, no problem. So he started calling it the Zef special. Also a very popular line.
I feel like such a big part of so many of these community restaurants that I visit around the country have stories like that, where some guy named
Yeah.
Zach, who half the clientele probably have no idea who he is, but all the older men with grey hair probably do, and now he's immortalized forever in a delicious steak sandwich. This is the Zap special.
Yeah.
And Zap's still going, yeah?
Zef's still going, yes.
Still around, he still
Yes,
knows.
he's still around.
Oh my word! I was not expecting that. Oh man. I don't know how best to articulate this properly, but it tastes like a memory. Does that make sense?
It does.
It's got like an old school
Oh,
taste
good
to it.
taste.
Yo. So maybe for someone who also doesn't know, I mean, the blondie is a very famous South African sandwich, but you've given it a halal twist.
Yeah, exactly. We never knew about a blondie. Like I told you, one of my customers told me, why don't you make a blondie? Because make a day good, make a steak special. So I asked him, what's a blondie? So when he went to the roadhouse, he got me a sandwich, and I checked what was going on in there. He said, no problem. So I couldn't wait, I'm going to make you one. So I made the same thing, but we don't put ham, we put cold meat in there.
Yes.
And I gave it to him, so he told me, what, this is even better than a blondie I buy at the roadhouse. So you've got 3 slices of bread. On the one, you've got cold meat, salad, and cheese. And the other one, you've got salads, patty, and cheese.
Okay, now this I can't be polite about, eh? This I've just got to give it a good proper go. Do you actually go in on the side or go in the middle? What's the smarter thing to do? Pick the side, maybe, eh? You're going to fast food chains and you're paying 3 times the amount for this. It's better here. You taste the ingredients, there's more care, there's more passion, there's more love. Easily a third of the price. It was power. It was perfect.
You've had a blondie elsewhere.
I've had lots of blondies, yeah.
Okay.
The halal blondie. Perfect.
It's clear that Uzmas is more than just a beloved food spot. It's a place built with heart, family, and deep roots in the community. But behind the warm smiles and iconic meals, the family has endured a heartbreaking tragedy that changed their lives forever.
Hamza and Abdul closed the shop, and as they walked out of the shop, they were approached by 5 guys, not realizing the danger. And the one pulled out his firearm, cocked it, and as he cocked it, they all ran. And I think these guys knew Hamza had cash on it. So they chased Hamza and they shot him in the back. Just one shot. And he fell down. When I got down, I seen him lying on the floor. He was in severe pain. And we took him in the ambulance to the hospital. They operated on him. And apparently at that time the doctor said, everything looked okay. The first week when he was in hospital, with the first operation, he was still in his senses, but he had a ventilator, so he couldn't talk, but he used to type on the phone. And he told Abdul, because he was very close to Abdul, he told Abdul, in 8 days, I'm out of this hospital. I don't think so I'm going to stay here. And he had about 4 different ops after that. It only got from bad to worse. And then after 3.5 weeks, the doctors called us. They told us, what, we got to make a choice here, because he's not going to make it. So it was a bit of a difficult choice to make, but it was for his own good, because we didn't want him to suffer, right? And there were so many people that prayed for Hamza. Hamza was a very popular guy amongst people in the community also. And after 3.5 weeks, there was no more Hamza. He left a child. Left a child of only 1 year, 3 months. And the wife gave birth after 11 years.
Sorry.
But she's such a brave girl. She's really bringing up his son in a good way. Such a well-mannered kid. I only pray to God that he live happily. While he was in hospital, one of his friends, we don't know who it is, also heard a well in his name. Thereafter also, they made a collection for Hamza to put up a couple of wells for areas. And believe you me, they collected over 100,000. And they put up so many wells for him. Put up over 6 wells for him. We just pray that the Almighty accept it, and bless him. Grant him Jannah, which is heaven. May rest in peace.
More than just the damn delicious food, it's because of the power and strength and resilience of community that this place has survived. And at the top of that chain is this man who deserves to be very, very proud. Make sure to like, subscribe, and watch us in the next video. But if you have never yet had the chance, come to Uzmas, try their food. It's damn delicious. Cheers.